tack up your horse, that's when you should start like the whole relaxation process. Like you shouldn't tack them up when they're stressed. Especially if there aren't any horses in the barn, you're going to want to try to tack up outside, maybe like in a wash rack is where I do it. And you're going to want to do it efficiently and make sure nobody gets stressed out before you ride. So you're going to want to try to monitor when you're riding. Like if you know your horse doesn't do well with other horses, don't set them up for failure by like going in an arena with 10 horses in there. Like try to make it a good environment from the start, and because your goal is not to push them through like more than they can handle, it's to set them up in small increments of things that you know they can succeed in. Okay, so the goal of your ride when you're trying to calm down a hot horse or focus on one gait is to always have your horse focused on a task. Like even when you're warming up, you want to be working on framework, or you want to be doing leg yielding or small circles. And then once you start actually trotting and stuff, you want to start doing a lot of different kinds of circles, leg yielding, changing direction constantly. Like don't ever let them get ahead of what you're doing. And if your horse is more advanced, you can try some like shoulders in or haunches in, and different speeds, different gaits to make sure like they never expect what you're doing. So make sure in your transitions that you're not just going from walk to trot, trot to canter, canter to trot. Make sure that you are varying it so that you're going like halt to trot or halt to canter, walk to canter, and mix it all up. And that's going to be better for them, like because they're going to be able to do a more varied like amount of transitions, and it's going to be better because they're going to be more focused on your task, and they're not going to like get away with you and do whatever they want. And then you can also try trotting over poles, and that's going to help lengthen their stride and focus them on your task. And overall, they're just not going to like have the brain power to go do something that you're not going to want them to, because they're focusing on what you want them to. And for every step towards relaxation that you feel, every long side that they're able to just keep a steady trot, or every like lap around that they keep their head down, make sure you reward them. Yeah. So I know my horse gets spooky when there are other horses out there with her. So I did my ride with a couple other horses out in the ring to make sure that we could focus on what we were working on instead of like a secondary issue that we didn't even want to deal with right then. So I started with an extended trot and kind of let her have her head just to show what her problem areas are and to let her get some of her energy out before we started. So what I did next was just collect her into a frame and started doing a lot of controlled circles. And I made sure that I had her bent correctly all the way around and my inside rein picked up just a tad bit and my outside leg on to make sure that she was moving forward and into the direction that I wanted. So I like to do a lot of haunches in with my horse. And so what you do to do this exercise is you kind of open the inside rein ever so slightly and hold the outside rein to her. You support with your inside leg and push with your outside leg to turn her butt into the arena and push them alongside so that they really stretch out their legs. It gives them a lot of things to do and things to focus on so that they can't focus on tossing their head or trying to canter or whatever it is that they try to do. So that's pretty much it. Basically, the main focus is you stay ahead of your horse and think faster than they do, and you always keep them on a task, and eventually they will calm down and start to focus on the tasks you give them instead of the tasks they want to do. And just always remember to stay calm, try to keep from being stressed even though they're being super annoying. You just try to focus on what you want them to do and find whatever works for you and go with it.